Welcome. This is Chapter 1's mission, the mock battle between the houses. It's the first map where we can adjust our deployment and our inventories. Byleth and Claude are mandatory, and then in our other 3 slots I'm deploying Marianne, Hilda, and Leonie. Marianne is our requisite healer, and the other 2 girls are the 2 best fighters this early on. I pilfered some equipment from the units I'm not deploying and from Edelgard and Dimitri, so that's why you see extras.
So, this is... I'm sure you'll...
I'm setting up so that Byleth and Claude can take hits from Verdant and Ashe respectively. Maddening mode hits you with big enemy stats even now, so for example, everyone on my team gets doubled by Ashe. I can't do anything about that, but I can at least put Hilda next to Claude so that he does more damage on his counterattack.
I'm not done.
I rely heavily on my combat arts to clear this initial wave. I'm also doing things in this particular order to maximize the number of adjacency bonuses and link bonuses I have for each attack. Hit rates are all a little bit shaky this early on, so even those little things help. With the 3 closest enemies gone, the safe way to handle this map is to go west around Edelgard and Dorothea. If you do that, only the Black Eagles will start moving. You can take them on, then heal up at the heal tile before you march east to face the Blue Lions. The problem is, well, that's really tedious. Instead, I'm going to run due north and battle the Blue Lions first. When you do that, the Black Eagles will start charging you as well, but it takes them several turns to run around the woods to reach you. I just have to defeat the Blue Lions before they get to me. I'm trading around these bows to get ready for next turn. Violet doesn't need a bow for the moment, but my other 3 physical fighters are all going to want one. The Golden Deer have 3 bows in this chapter because Claude, Ignatz, and Lysithea each start with one. By standing in the woods, Byleth is baiting Dedue. It's important to make sure Dedue gets the first strike on you so that he doesn't activate his personal ability, which grants him +4 defense when he waits and makes him stupidly tanky. He and Dimitri are both pretty strong, and Byleth has to face attacks from both of them. The woods maximize Byleth's chances of dodging something. On my turn, my 3 bows help chip Dedue down before Byleth finishes him off. Dimitri's about to attack as well, and I have to account for his 10 attack speed. At base, Byleth has just 5 AS when holding the Iron Sword. You can gain 1 AS by switching to the lighter Training Sword, which came courtesy of Marianne, but you also need 1 more point from your first 2 levels, either 2 points of strength or 1 more speed. Failing that, you'll have to dodge an extra hit.
You're a tough opponent. Watch and learn.
Mercedes will attack Byleth if she can kill him, and he might be that weak if both Dedue and Dimitri hit him. Otherwise, if Byleth is healthy enough, she instead goes for Hilda. That works out nicely because, except for Byleth, all my units can counterattack. On my turn, my priority is to take down Dimitri and then Hanneman. They're both much bigger threats than Mercedes. Marianne and Claude are able to chip Dimitri down low enough that Hilda can finish him off. Once she gets the kill, she gets to level 2.
Don't expect much more than that.
My training.
It's up to Leonie and Byleth to take down Hanneman. Tempest Lance's +8 damage is incredibly useful for this. I'm gonna leave Mercedes alive for now, so when I'm fighting Hanneman, I have to think about what I want Mercedes to do afterward. If you weren't aware, you can switch the weapon a unit has equipped even after they have moved by trading with them and moving the weapon you want to the top of their inventory. Units auto-equip the first weapon and the first equipment item in their inventories after trading, as long as they're not already wielding a spell, which can't be traded. I use this to make Hilda hold a bow again. Notice that Byleth, Leonie, Hilda, and Claude form a wall that keeps Mercedes away from Marianne. Marianne wouldn't die to Mercedes or anything, but she also can't do any damage by counterattacking with Nosferatu, so I prefer to make Mercedes attack someone who's holding a bow. Leonie doesn't have a bow, but Mercedes ignores her because she's in the woods and has more defense than Hilda.
I'll manage.
As the Black Eagles close in, I have to take out Mercedes, and then arrange my units to face Edelgard. I'm going to leave Claude at the edge of Edelgard's range. Edelgard has a hand axe, which is convenient because I can force her to engage at 2 range. Hilda boosts Claude's damage when she's next to him, and when Byla stands next to him, he grants Claude a small boost in experience. It's a small optimization, but I don't really have anything better to do. It is actually possible to leave someone in Dorothea's range to engage her in an enemy phase as well, but I found that she and Edelgard may or may not gang up on the same person, depending on your exact stat rolls, and no one wants to face both at once.
Look at the
Careful.
losing.
To shock with
From this point, you have a lot of discretion over who gets what kills, and therefore who gets the most experience. I'm shooting for a fairly equitable distribution of XP, since I want to raise everyone, and in particular, mages benefit hugely from getting out of Commoner or Noble ASAP. The starting classes have only half the usual number of spell uses, so the mages become a lot more useful once they get into Monk. That's why I'm trying to work out how to have Marianne kill Edelgard, which would be enough to boost her to level 2. As for the other 2 enemies, Dorothea is a lot more threatening than Manuela is. If I can eliminate her, it's okay to leave Manuela alive for the moment.
There can be no... I wonder how much more... Forced to retreat.
With Edelgard gone, it's up to Hilda and Leonie to beat Dorothea. Since Leonie hasn't leveled up yet, I'm going to have Hilda weaken her first and then make Leonie finish her off. It's important to have Hilda use a lance and not an axe if she didn't gain any speed yet. Otherwise, Manuela can double Hilda and kill her.
Mine? I'm aiming high.
This will be the final turn. Obviously I'm going to kill Manuela, but ideally I get to use all 5 of my units to do it. You need to account for the fact that she heals herself using Nosferatu, so don't forget that and accidentally leave yourself short of a kill.
Thank you.
I want to go home.
Right now I'm just double checking to make sure the numbers work out. I'd rather have Claude use Curve Shot with the less valuable training bow than with his iron bow, if that's feasible. Curve Shot lets Claude attack from outside Manuela's range so that Nosferatu's healing doesn't come into play. After that, Hilda defeats the final enemy and ends the map. She winds up being the MVP. Next time we have a scrimmage against the Knights of Seiros. Please subscribe to follow along. I'll see you then.